Hey, got a question for you. I'm back again. I got a question for you, okay? After 9/11, taking you back a few years now, let me ask you this. Now just logically think about it. Okay? If we got terrorists, and I don't agree we do, if we got people that want to kill us, and I don't agree we do, but I'm telling you, the war on terrorism is to take your rights and to spin you into oblivion, the American people, and to tax you to death, where you'll be broke and a slave. That's the bottom line. Okay? Watch this. Why didn't they close the stinking borders? North and south. You tell me that. Okay? You think about what I'm telling you. Why didn't they close the Mexican and Canadian borders? How about that one? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Mix that in your drink and chug it. Okay? Think about it. Think about it. Because they got an agenda. And it sure as the world ain't to close the borders, my friend. They have an agenda. Security and Prosperity Partnership. It goes on and on and on, my friend. I got to get back to this article. But why did they not close the flipping borders? You know, Geraldo did his dadgum shows and everybody did their, well, they coming in through Mexico, but they didn't nobody do a flipping thing about closing them. And now, whether you believe it or not, I really don't give a rip, because it's the truth. Now you got Mexican truck drivers that's able to run up and down these roads, and it's the truth. Do some research. It's the truth. It ain't a myth. It ain't a conspiracy. They can't hardly drive a flipping bicycle. They learned how to operate a semi from Raul, and he learned from one of his buddies. Yeah, that's the truth. And there ain't nothing but danger on the highway. But they're not going to close it. They're going to let the Mexican truckers take over the American truckers' jobs and pay them near nothing, and they're going to be satisfied with near nothing, the Mexican people are. And the more American people are going to be out of work, and the truck drivers are going to be out of work. The list goes on. It don't never end, my friend. The big corporations and the government still get their stuff done, see? Because they got people hungry enough that won't quit. They keep them starving. Keep them hungry and they'll work. That's one of their main mottos. Keep them starving. Don't let them out of this little box you got them in. Don't let them out of it. Man, listen, the mortgage deal, they got one or two that hit net. Well, so-and-so was corrupt on his things and this, that, and that. My God, man, if the federal government was examined by the American people, did you hear me? If they were examined, they, the son guns, ought to be brought up on charges, and treason and hung is what the deal is. And see, they inflated. They knew good and well that the housing thing was going to inflate. The house was going to be twice as much as they're worth and get you in a big payment, and they knew the son of a gun was going to collapse. They knew it. They knew it. You can't sit there and tell me they didn't know it, man. They knew it. Just like they knew where oil was going. They know these things, people. They are behind the scenes and they know it. Pray tell me why they moved their money. Pray tell me why they changed the euros. Pray tell me why they built houses in other places. Because they know it. They don't want to be here when it happens. Let me get back to this article. Okay. Generally, let me go back to this. Consider the question from another angle. If the people who make up a nation concur that the governor is no longer representative of them but imperialistic, do they not have the right, nay, duty, to withdraw their consent and therefore their citizenry from that nation? Generally, this truth, when stated, is countered most frequently with legal arguments. The argument often runs along the line, when the states ratified the Constitution, they forwarded their sovereignty. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's another lie. Hey, they got smart lawyers. They got smart people to twist the truth. Let me tell you. I got to go back to biblical perspective here for a minute, okay? Pardon me, but I can't help it. It's in me, okay? And it ain't in me because I went to some university. It's in me because I've studied the Word of God. It's in me because I pray. And I do screw up. I tell you, I'm not sinless. I'm not trying to judge you and say you're a sinner or nothing else. I'm just telling you, I know I sin. All sin comes short of the glory of God. Romans 3:23. But listen to me. Let's go back to the beginning. Here's where it all started. God said, don't eat of this. If you do, the day you die, you'll die. Okay? It's as simple as that. Paraphrasing. Bear with me while I paraphrase. Satan said, you won't die, but your eyes will be open, you'll become as gods. It was a lie. He told them a lie. He changed one word, and they made them do it. And see, you got all these people from Counseling on Foreign Relations and all these people that go to these senior fellows at this group and that group. You got your Bilderbergs and all that, and they come for years and years. They said it wasn't real. It was conspiracy theory. Now they come out and said, yeah, we're real. We're just for the good of the people. But they just lie. They cannot tell the truth. They cannot tell the truth. They don't know how to tell the truth. Don't believe nothing they tell you. Okay? Don't believe it. They stir up, make up all this avian flu is going to come get us, get you paranoid, and they just, hey, we got to vaccinate you with all this mercury where we can kill you early and get you off our planet. That's part of the satanic deal, baby. Let me move on. Listen, since one of the many problems with the argument is the fact of the supremacy clause. The Constitution was never intended to supersede the rights of the people. The Constitution declares itself to be supreme in order to establish that there would be no rival federal government with the same jurisdiction. The intent was that neither Congress nor the United States could pass a law that superseded the Constitution. That was the intent of it. And you tell me how many laws they're passing in secret, behind the closed doors. Bunch of fat, piggy chickens that ain't got enough guts to stand up and come out and tell the American people from the podium the truth. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. I've had enough of it. Am I losing it? No, I ain't losing it. Buddy, I'm mentally strong. You understand why? Because I don't sit there in front of a TV all day long. I do me some research. I pray to God. I read the Bible. And I talk to people around me. And I get a feel of how they feel about the situation. And I'm telling you, there's a swelling taking place. We're sick of it. We're sick to death of it. Let me move on. Listen to this. Okay, it says the Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made pursuant thereof, shall be the supreme law of the land. It does not say, nor does it mean, when Congress passes acts that are unjust and unconstitutional, people with no political boundary, the United States shall be subject to those laws without redress. That's right. When they pass them and it don't agree with the supreme law of the land, which is the Constitution, then guess what? We have a right to redress and the grievances against them. And there's a whole hell of a lot of grievances I've got, and you better have, unless you want to be a little puppet and a slave. Did you hear me? They took your liberties, they took your freedom, they took your happiness. You don't come home from work happy. You don't sit there and tell me that you do. You don't do it. Because your paychecks get smaller, your stinking grocery bill and gas bill gets bigger. Okay? We've been oppressed long enough. Let's rise up, take this country back, send the turkeys back home this Thanksgiving, and tell them we've had enough. I'm not against Kucinich bringing Bush up, but the problem I got with him is he won't stand up and bring the whole flipping kit kaboom, the whole 9 yards up on it. Except the few that do believe in truth. And they ought to join with him. Now listen. Checking my time here. It also does not set the Constitution up as irrevocable. It simply clarifies that all governments was to be shaped by this document, not rivaled by other alliances. You see what I'm saying? Just listen to me. Please listen to me and wake up. I got to do another part. I'm going to cut this one short.